Hey, you in the back. Want more coffee?
No. Thanks.
Don't mention it.
I gotta go.
Why don't you get that chip off your shoulder?
Because I like it, Dave, that's why.
Yeah. Well, at least you're painting sets thanks to Blair Manning. It's better than picking up trash.
It's still probation.
Yeah, well, at least it's not prison. You got a few more breaks than I did. Why don't you learn from them and use them? And don't mess up again.
What's this?
It was just hand-delivered. It's from the scholarship committee. Maybe there's some good news for a change.
I would do anything for you, bro. You know that. I would do absolutely anything. This is just, it's so out there.
Honey, listen, I wouldn't ask you to do it if it wasn't important.
What do you hope to gain from this?
Let's see if we can find a crack in Carlo Hesser's armor, all right?
By me having Alex over for dinner, I mean, what are you thinking? I just don't... You're not expecting me to slip her a Mickey or something and then squeeze information out of her about Carlo.
Well, really, that's not a bad idea.
No!
It's something more subtle than that.
Oh, then in life.
All right.
Oh. Hey.
Hey.
Hi.
Hi. Well.
How you doing? Come chair.
Or two. I guess you got a call from Rachel, too.
Yeah, she said to meet her here.
Do you have any idea who this is about?
Nope.
Hard, you know. You do everything you can. You never think it's enough.
Well, helping an addict recover, it's a brutal process. I think you guys are doing a great job.
Yeah, well, I wonder. My ex-wife used to say I was pretty withholding.
I never said that.
You said it every chance you got.
Well, that was then. You know, you've changed a little.
Oh, I can't imagine why she's got us here.
Well,
So, you're all probably wondering why I called you all together.
hey, what is this? What is this?
Read it.
Thank you for coming by. I would have come to see you, but I was stuck in court all day yesterday trying to keep Asa out of Mountain View.
So sad. The great Asa Buchanan in such an unfortunate place.
Yes. I had to tell the court that I would assume responsibility of Asa. In fact, I don't have a lot of time right now because I need to get back home to check out the staff that I've hired for him.
You were the one who said you wanted to meet with me. I was happy to accommodate you. After all, we made such a lucrative deal for my land that I want to cooperate any way I can.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that. As a matter of fact, that's exactly what I need to talk to you about. I met with your tenant.
And?
And, there seem to be a few discrepancies with what you told me about the tenant and what your tenant actually has to say. First of all, Cameron Wallace is not a man at all. Cameron Wallace is a very attractive and intelligent young woman.
No, she's not a man. Yes, she is attractive. And I don't recall ever mentioning what her sex was.
Oh, forgive me for being so suspicious, Dorian. But what exactly are you trying to pull here?
Gosh, the mall is so crowded. We still have to get this outfit. Oh, actually, I still have to get a tennis outfit.
Kelly, you don't even play tennis.
I know. But what if somebody asks? It's bad enough I can't play. I should still be able to dress for the occasion.
Well, you can do the rest of your shopping real or imagined while I'm talking to Grandpa, or about Grandpa with Cord.
Well, you know what? I think it is very sweet of you to volunteer to help him out, Asa.
Oh, his family. We all chip in.
I know. I worry. You know, I mean, it's health, and I don't want him to get free. Joey? What's the matter? What's going on?
The scholarship program is for upstanding citizens only, not for convicted delinquents with a criminal record like me. So they have been forced to withdraw my name for consideration.
This is crazy. How do they even know your hearing was just yesterday?
Well, maybe we can talk to them. Maybe we can explain. Tell them what happened.
Mommy, forget it. Lorna's father is on the committee.
That's how they know already.
And you know he's not going to be cutting me any slack.
I'm sorry.
It's all right. I don't care anyway.
Oh, don't say that, Christian.
Why not? Why not? It's better if I care and I get my heart ripped out every time. Screw that.
This whole thing is making me so angry. And so now what do we do?
Since you all seem to be having a problem knowing how to deal with me, I took the liberty of writing up a set of guidelines for you all to follow. Let's take a look at them, shall we? Item 1. Do not crowd the recovering addict. Do not hover. Like other wild creatures, recovering addicts, they're skittish and are prone to attack when cornered. Item 2. Do not sneak up behind your recovering addict. If you should accidentally startle the recovering addict, causing the characteristic paranoid leap, do not presume that this is an indication of guilt. It does not mean that your recovering addict is engaging in any illicit activity or is experiencing any form of backslide. She is on edge both physiologically and psychologically. In other words, any weird, freaky, or unusual behavior is considered perfectly normal. Could I have your attention, please? Yes. Thank you. Really, people, you should learn some self-restraint. Now, item 3. When observing your recovering addict, try to be as unobtrusive as possible. In fact, it is acceptable and desirable to engage in some innocently deceptive behavior, such as, pretending to read a newspaper, or wiping the glass of the window that you are watching her through. Uncaged, these addicts, they tend to run for cover when being watched, as they are unable to control their fight or flight instinct. No. Please read item 16. I believe page...
I wanted so much for him to go to Langley University and live the dream Diego and I never could, to get a college degree. But with all the expenses of this place, without that scholarship, there's no way I can afford to give him that education.
We'll work something out, okay? We'll find the way. Chris's future means as much to me as to you. Okay? We'll come up with something. We will.
Oh, please, Antonio, this is my burden. You have so much on your mind. I don't want you taking this on, too. I'll see to Christian.
No. This is too important. I'm not going to sit back and watch my brother throw his life away. Not after the first 18 years have been so full of promise. He's got to go to college.
You're so good.
No. I just know Chris. He moves people with his art. It's a gift.
Antonio. This isn't easy to say.
What?
Maybe the diner is just too much for us.
Don't
Óyeme, Antonio. I know this was our dream, but maybe this dream belongs where it was, in the past. Maybe this dream is holding back the dreams of our future.
Ma.
Listen to me, please. It's keeping you here, when you should be out in the world making your own life on your own.
No,
And
I'm
maybe,
fine, Ma. Don't...
Maybe it's holding Christian back, too.
Mommy.
Maybe our answer is to sell the diner and I'll go back and work for Mrs. Lord.
No. Never. I will never let that happen.
If I did have Eden's disease, and I don't believe that I do, but if I did, how long is it? That fast? I'll have to speak to you later.
All right, Carlo, we have got to talk about your books. Now, we've already put it off 3 times. And you're going to put it off again, aren't you?
My mind's on other things, RJ. When you have a brush with death, your mind keeps to the longer view, the big picture. And in my case, the canvas is quite empty.
Well, you must still be in shock. You'll come around.
No. I always wanted to build a dynasty. But until I can raise an heir to take my place, I don't know what I'm working for.
Carlo, man, you're bringing me down.
You're alone. Don't you feel you lack a little continuity? Don't you feel the need to leave a life when yours ends? Don't you wish for a family?
Well, I've got a family, and most of the time I wish I didn't. Well, except for the light of my life. Except for Rachel.
Cheers. Look at this. Probably the ultimate in blended families.
Yeah, well, wouldn't you consider the differences in race, religion, states of matrimony, divorce? I don't think that we're exactly the all-American family, but we are close-knit, and I think that's a pretty great thing to be.
It is good. Because we work at it, it isn't easy.
Well, of course, with me in the mix, making trouble.
Come on, sweetheart, you are worth every bit of it.
I bet all you guys have feelings about having a recovering addict in the family, right?
Kevin, we're Gannons, Hannons, and Buchanans. We have feelings about everything.
Well, would you mind sharing them with me? I'm starting to get the idea that I'd like to do a series of articles about what you folks are going through. What do you say?
So, you now know more about the tenant than I ever did. What's going on? Is she causing so much trouble that you've had to amass an FBI-caliber dossier on her?
Dora, I need to remind you that our contract contains a clause that says that if I can't get your tenant to vacate the property, I can pull the plug on the deal.
Court, I have great confidence in your powers of persuasion.
Thank you. Excuse me. Yes, Melissa, what's up?
Cameron Wallace is here.
Thank you, Melissa. Send her in, please. Speak of the devil. Miss Wallace, hello. I assume that you know Mrs. Lord.
Cameron, please.
Hello.
Miss Wallace, good to see you again. I know the two of you have an awful lot to discuss, so I'll be on my way. Good luck.
So, Cameron, you haven't been exactly straightforward with me, have you?
Well, I don't know what you're referring to, Cord. Care to clue me in?
That little stock tip you gave me. Said you read about it in the newspaper? I did a little checking into that. It seems that that tip never appeared anywhere in any newspaper that I know of.
Well, perhaps I was mistaken. Maybe I read it in a newsletter.
I don't think so. See, the chief financial officer of the company that you quoted is a good friend of my grandfather's. I gave him a call. He said that information never appeared anywhere in public. In fact, he said that anyone who would know about that must have inside information.
Well, I'm sure if I give it some thought, I would remember who told me about it.
Don't bother. I've done my homework. I know everything there is to know about Cameron Wallace.
Oh, here we go. Sorry.
You? So, are you still looking for that friend of yours?
It wasn't a friend.
Then why are you so concerned about where he went?
I'm not. It's just, weird, how people disappear like that sometimes. That's all. No big deal. Don't forget about it.
No, Joey. It is a big deal. You're pulling back again.
Kelly, I am not pulling back.
I am such an idiot for not having dealt with this head on. I know what's going on,
You do?
No, not me, pal. I don't want my name in the paper.
Yeah, we'd like to preserve a little privacy, Kev.
Yeah, no thank you.
Why?
Because it's exploitive.
And sensational. There's real news out there, pal. Go get it.
Yeah, why don't you get out there and earn your salary?
Ding, ding, ding. Excuse me, people. We haven't finished reading Rachel's Rules of Order.
Excuse me?
Item 8. It is imperative that you not be overly protective of this recovering addict. This gives him or her the impression of extreme fragility. In order to keep your recoverer's self-esteem high, try to imply through word or action that you have faith in their continuing commitment toward recovery and their ability to cope in the world around them. Kevin, I'd like to talk about the strain an addict places on the family, the whole family. And that, in the end, it's the same family that pulls you out of the mess you're in.
Are you sure? Because I don't even want to do this if this will put any more pressure on you.
It's not pressure. If my experiences can help somebody else out, then I'll feel like I didn't go through this hell for nothing. Besides, I think this will help me focus on the future and the positive. But it's got to be okay with everybody, and I mean everybody. If one person's uncomfortable with this, I don't want to do this.
If you really think this will help.
It's really generous, Rachel.
Yeah, baby, I really admire your attitude.
Drew, you haven't told me about your feelings on this.
With my permission, I'm not your family.
Well, Bo here, he's my stepfather. And that makes my mother your stepmother, so I think that's family. But what's more important is you helped me through the worst of times, and if that doesn't make you family, then I don't know what does.
Hey, Drew, why are you so reticent? You know? Holy cow. Look what time it is. Oh, my God.
Holy smoky pokey. I've got a deposition in 4 minutes. Gotta go to that road.
Okay, take care. Let me walk you out, okay? All right, you guys take a seat?
Yeah. So, what is the deal between you and Rachel? Is there more going on here than meets the naked eye?
But you are never going back to cleaning other people's houses.
Antonio.
No, I got this diner back for you. I'll see to it that you keep it.
Antonio, what good is the diner if... Andy, please, could you come over here? Could you talk to him? Tell him there's more to life than running a diner.
We are not talking about this.
You were being so unreasonable.
Mama. Look, I'm sorry. It was just a mega family discussion. So, you off work already?
No, actually, I'm still working on the robbery down on Front Street. But I got a little break, so I thought I'd stop by. I saw Chris over in the square painting sets or something, and I just wanted to make sure it was okay.
Yeah, Blair Manning got his community service changed.
Blair did?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's working at the community center now with the play.
That's great.
Yeah. You know, as a matter of fact, why don't I go down there and see how he's doing?
Yeah, Mom, why don't you go ahead now? There's nothing going on here anyways. Look, I love you. Okay? You know, I just don't like talking about it, okay?
Love you too. Let me order.
Bye. Antonio, are you okay?
I'm fine.
Do you want to rethink that answer?
My little brother's life is going down the drains. It's killing me. It's bad enough that I went through it myself, but Chris, I gotta do something to stop it from happening. You know, I'm beginning to accept the fact that I'm not gonna live the life I'd hoped for. But to listen to my mom talk about going to work, cleaning other people's houses, and watching my brother get brought back by the system.
Look, he got a bad break in court. But he still has college to look forward to, his scholarship. Come on, one setback doesn't mean that it's...
They yanked his scholarship application because of that one setback.
What?
See, when kids from the barrio get a scholarship application, they watch. They're waiting for him to make one wrong move.
Oh, God, I see now what you were talking about. Expectations being different in East Landview. The more time I spend with you, the more I see how difficult it is for people in Angel Square to catch a break.
Yeah. Well, look out. Because if you watch long enough, it'll tell you got out.
Is there anything at all we can do for Chris?
I don't know what yet. But I've got to do something. Because I'm not going to let it happen to him.
Oh, now, here's an interesting little piece in the police blotter.
What is it?
Well, it seems Antonio Vega's younger brother, Christian, was convicted yesterday of attempted auto theft.
Has he been sentenced?
Yeah. Probation, 6 months.
Very, very close family. I can imagine the pain this must be causing them.
Yeah, where are you going?
To prove that you're wrong, Mr. Gannon. There's nothing money can't buy if it's offered at the right time.
I am sorry I didn't bring this up before, but I was afraid to face the truth.
And what truth is that?
That I am crowding you, especially with both of us doing this play. I should have known you'd feel like this. I'll quit the play, okay?
No. Okay, whoa. That's the last thing I want you to do.
It is?
Yeah, look, the only reason I'm doing the play is because of you. If you quit, I'll quit. And if we both quit, Professor Thornhart will murder us in our sleep.
And it's not the play.
No.
Honey, then what is it?
It's-
I keep asking, but you keep not telling me.
I don't know. It's... You know, all this family stuff is going on right now, and it really weighs heavily on me. You know how I am. Look, you know what? I really got to go talk to court about Grandpa. Now, you stay in shop, and I'll meet you back here, okay?
Fine. I mean, are you sure?
Yeah. Won't be long.
I did a background check on you. I came across some very interesting news articles.
You had no right going into my personal files.
You're a professional, Cameron. An investment banker. Did you honestly think I wouldn't check up on you? You could tell you wouldn't have checked up on me if the shoe were on the other foot.
And get the facts right. I was an investment banker. Arbitrage, acquisitions, mergers, the whole thing. And then I got myself into one hostile takeover too many. Small textile firm. The company'd been in a family for 3 generations. Kind of place where the owner knew the name of every worker he had there working for him, even knew the names of their children. The names of their parents even, because most of them had worked for him too. The day that we announced our victory, he went home and blew his brains out. But I don't need to tell you that, do I? No. It's all there right in your file. Lord knows it was in all the newspapers. So, maybe if you think about that a little, you would understand why I will not give up my peaceful little cottage in the woods. My role in it, and solitude and quiet are how I keep my equilibrium now. And the cottage is, well, you know the rest.
Yeah. Yeah, I do know the rest. Listen, I'm very sorry for everything that you've gone through. And I would like to reiterate that we would love to help you find another retreat. Perhaps a place even more secluded than where you are right now.
I can't talk about that now. I mean, I understand why you had to look into the incident. But every time I discuss it, it's like I'm right back there. I'm sorry, I don't think I'm going to be able to take a look at your plans for Buchanan Publishing or anything else today.
I certainly understand. I'm sorry to dredge all this up again.
I would appreciate it if you wouldn't mention this to anyone. You know, no one here knows. It's hard enough to live with it myself, let alone being judged by everyone else.
Excuse me. Yeah, Melissa, what's up?
Mr. Roberts, your brother is here.
No, I told you before, man. Just helping Rachel through a rough time.
Okay. Just wondering.
Why would you even wonder?
Because, generally, recovering addicts are a bunch of needy people, emotionally speaking, and being needed by somebody like Rachel is not necessarily a bad thing. And I'm just thinking that maybe you are starting to like it.
No, it's not like that. She's my stepsister.
I don't know how I'm ever going to repay you. You've changed my life.
Come on, Harrison. Aren't you going to show me the bright side to this?
I can't even try.
I don't know if that makes it better or worse.
All I know is, no matter what happens, you can't blame yourself for Christian.
That's where you're wrong. I am responsible. You're on duty, Detective. Maybe you should get back to work. Go, Harrison. I'm okay. And all these problems will still be here when you get back.
Talk to me about it. When I told him we'd find another way for him to go to Lander University, he says, forget it.
Give him time.
How could this happen to him? I was so sure he'd be the one to get out. Now what's going to happen to him?
I don't think I'm up to meeting anyone. Just Mel. Sorry.
Whoa. What's going on there, bro? You getting someone the axe?
I wish I knew myself what was going on here. I've been trying to work out this deal with her, and I figured it's complicated.
Yeah, that much I can see. Who is she?
I'm trying to get a handle on that, too. She's this woman with this difficult past and intriguing present. Sometimes she comes off hard as nails, and other times, I don't know, very vulnerable, like just now.
It, sounds to me like you are a little more than just intrigued, my friend. Hmm? Uh-huh.
Joey, come on, I just met her. I don't know. Now you mention it, she is slightly fascinating.
There you go.
I don't know, that stuff doesn't make any sense to me.
No, believe me, it makes perfect sense to me. Actually, I myself have been, enchanted by a spirit of the forest.
Do I want to know more about this?
Yes. I swear to God, I was running, and a few times I've seen this girl, and she is this ethereal vision that I don't know. Meanwhile, I'm in love with Kelly, so there's absolutely no excusing my reaction.
Well, wait a minute, who is this woman?
I have not, I don't have a clue. I've only really talked to her once, but she keeps disappearing completely, which only serves to make her even more
intriguing. There you go.
There you go.
So you say you're running every time you see this woman.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, maybe you're running too far, man. Maybe the endorphins kick in and it just starts messing with your head.
Thanks.
Is she for real?
Yes, she is real. Yeah.
Well, I would watch it if I were you. Everything you told me, you and Kelly, that sounds pretty real to me. Don't mess it up, man.
Hello.
Hi.
Thought there was something I could do to help your grandfather. Shopping just didn't seem all that important in comparison.
That's for real.
So how did it go?
Just as we planned. Cord checked, like you knew he would, and came up with all the information on Cameron Wallace. Now, he thinks I'm the former investment banker on the verge of a breakdown.
Cameron Wallace was the perfect cover for you. She's exactly the sort of tragic creature that Cord always falls for.
Well, I always do my homework. Now, as long as the real Cameron Wallace never shows up here, and why would she? I have Cord Roberts completely mesmerized.
Let the games begin.
I think I'll leave you guys alone. I'm gonna head over to the Banner and get clearance on that story, and then I'll call you for some interviews.
Bye,
Take
Kev.
care. Later, cuz. Later.
I really don't know how to thank you.
You really don't have to.
When you blew up at me the other day, it totally slammed everything into perspective. I mean, everyone, they're all careful around me, you know, and you just tell me the truth. That's why you're so important to me. True, you really are. You tell me the truth, no matter how hard it is.
Ma, it's okay. I'll take care of the diner. Why don't you go home and get some rest? And don't worry about Chris.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know how, but I'll find a way to fix this.
I don't know what I'd do without you.
What are you doing here?
I heard about your brother's continued troubles.
Yeah, well, next time you hear something about my brother, do me a favor. Don't listen, okay?
I know you're having a hard time, Antonio. I want you to know my offer still stands.
Are you
You can
listening to
come and work for me. No more financial problems. No longer having to prove yourself to people who don't appreciate your abilities. The door is open, Antonio. All you have to do is walk through.